Oh no, there's a hair in my book! Can you please go ahead and Hulk smash that like button for me? I greatly appreciate it. Oh, got the notification. Thanks. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Skeffs Knowledge. I am Skeff, and thank you so much for checking out today's episode. I really appreciate it. So, today, I'm going to do an epic CGC unboxing. Well, it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic regardless. I got a CGC unboxing for one book. Can't wait. It's a book that I sent one to the James Tinian signing, and I hope it comes back in good shape. I should have sent a couple more, but I just sent the one. Mistakes were made. And also, I'm going to go over my whatnot auction and a few details on what not and how much I enjoyed it and what you guys should look for. But basically, it's going to be kind of a little overview on what my initial thoughts on it were, what I learned, what I'm going to do going forward, and is it going to be my go-to app? So hopefully, stay tuned to find out. Roll that intro. What do you mean there's no intro? You told me there'd be an intro. Okay, it's a work in progress. We're a work in progress on the intro. Let's just get into it. It got smooshed. The fragile label, it didn't work. So, yeah. These, they don't always work. But hopefully the book isn't damaged. So like I said, this is one book from CGC for the James the 4th signing, for their private signing, that I just sent one book in. And I was excited to send the one book in. I was hyped for it. I saw the signing. I do believe the fee for one sign was like $70. I do try to be extra picky when I send books, except for that one video where I did terrible. If you haven't seen that video right here. I'll get better, I promise. Good news is, book does not look like it's destroyed. I just got to find the front and the back so no one sees it, not even me. All right, so there is the front. There's the back. Let's go and just get all that bubble wrap down there. And the back of the book. And if you guessed Darkhawk #1, you are completely correct. I'm just kidding. It is a something. Ooh. I think I requested red, and by God, I love it. Ooh, I knew that would pop. All right, so this is a Something to Kill Children, issue #1, with recent sale prices in a 9.8 around, I don't know, this much, because I forgot. Editor Skeff will put that in there for me at the bottom. This book is a pretty pricey book. This is a book I've been a big fan of the series. I've been on the train for a while. But let's see how we did, and then we'll talk about it. I'm a little nervous. Did we get it on... I didn't press this, by the way. I know. I gotta follow my own orders and press the books. But it looked great. Like, there wasn't anything to press out. So, if something happened, I will incur the wrath upon myself. So, without further ado, did we get the 9.8? Let's go! Yeah. Woo! All right. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Is it damaged? Oh, no. There's a hair in my book. Nah, I'm just playing with you. There's no hair in my book. That one's for you. So, this is not damaged. Thank the Lord. That is not damaged. That makes me so happy. No Newton rings on this book. No hair in this book. No cracks. Not inserted upside down. I am extremely pleased, and I knew this one was in great shape. Oh man, this is exciting. This is a copy of a CGC 9.8 signed #1. I am so happy to have this collection. Now, I had a second, third, and fourth print I thought about sending in, and I just didn't pull the trigger. At the time, it was just a little too much to spend at that moment. I knew this is a book I definitely wanted to do, and at the end of the day, I just took the chance on this one getting signed and graded. At the end of the day, I think James will show up at some maybe more conventions, hopefully C2E2 like he did that one year. Awesome meeting him the first time around. And then maybe we'll get some more books signed in person, a little bit cheaper hopefully. But yeah, guys, I am super stoked about this. I'm not sure what the current market value is on this book. If Editor Skeff will be so kind to help me out, right there. Editor Skeff, I saw you did in the last video. Just put it in there. Do your job. Do your job. There it is in all of its glory. CGC 9.8. It's, like I said, perfect condition like I thought it was upon sending it off. Oh man, it's just nice to have this collection. I don't have very many of this series signed just because, you know, pandemic. I don't have very many of this series signed because, you know, pandemic and all. But I really enjoyed this, and I was happy to finally have one in a 9.8, and hopefully maybe I'll have some more come around end of the year. But guys, man, no complaints about this. Thank you, James. Thank you, CGC, for this beautiful 9.8 book. All right, but let's talk about whatnot. what is it, why I used it, and what it could do going forward. But this is pretty much, I feel it's kind of like Instagram for selling. It's kind of hard to put into words, at least for me it was. When I told other people about it, they were just like, why are you scamming me with spam? I'm like, I'm not trying to scam you. I mean, I'm trying to send you like a link, but that's not I'm not trying to scam you. But you check it out here. There are categories that you can pick, and it's kind of all kind of on that collectible realm. For me, I was able to pick pretty much like comics and Pokemon and sports cards and like Funkos occasionally. And then once you kind of pick your categories that you enjoy, it'll then take you to a page that in the categories you select the hashtags, it shows you current lives that are happening right now. I wonder if I can stream one of these without freaking anything out. I don't know if I can do that or not. So I'm not going to click on a live one just in case I don't want anything to be put onto the YouTube. So I'm just not going to click on live one. But what it does is I will show you. I don't hit it with any restrictions or flags or anything on the YouTube, so I'm not going to click on any of the live ones. But basically, it works like this. Like, for example, if you come down to comic books, you're able to see here that there's live auctions or buy it nows or whatever, however you want to do it, that you can click on, and someone on there is live streaming themselves selling a comic. And that's how it is for pretty much all the categories. So if you click on sports cards, there's probably people breaking cards, selling slaps, things like that. Same with Pokemon and Funkos, people just kind of selling the Funkos. So it's pretty much an exclusive selling website. But you build a profile. You see my goofy face right there with sold 83 items on my very first sale. So I mean, that's not bad. Not bad. I got 120 followers and I'm following 14 people. And it shows you like shows you haven't scheduled yet, which you can schedule your shows like you did see for example, if you go home, see these are all live, you can actually schedule out your show. I'm not sure how much further out, but I was able to schedule mine last one that I did on Saturday, and I did it pretty much a week ago today. Where I scheduled on a Tuesday, I threw up a little video of like, hey, I'm Skeff, I have a face and a beard, and I'm going to sell books. That you're not going to see either one of those things when I sell the books. In essence, you can create a inventory of what you're going to be listing with this little tag notification on the bottom right hand side of your live video. And in that tag you can add like description and title and the condition, how many you have. The more descriptive the better. I see a lot of people just throwing up like X-Men Lot 2 books, very non-descriptive things, which is harder than, because at the end of the day you have to trust the seller completely, because it's not like eBay. You can't ask for additional photos. At the end of the time, a lot of people are doing these $1 auctions that start like go for like a minute with continuation bidding built into it. So in essence, if it gets to the very end of that 1 minute round and someone bids, it adds another 10 seconds. In essence, it gives the opportunity to build up. But you set everything. So when you categorize your list of books, you choose whether you want it for buy it nows or you want it for an auction. And when you do pick auction, you actually don't set the exact timer and price point until you actually choose to have it go live and you list that book. So that's kind of cool that way, that you kind of build up that hype video in essence to show off what you're going to have for sale. So people that are scrolling through here and looking at comic book shows, when they click on one, on the bottom right hand corner, they'll be able to click on what you're going to possibly have for sale and maybe something they can look out for. You can, and the great part is that I think the best part, and therefore you kind of decide what you want to do. Overall, like the pros and cons is that, let's just talk about the pros first. Like for me, it was a very convenient way to list, in essence, 83 items, and I sold all of them. So that was super cool, right? So if you have like a big stack of books that you need to get rid of, people are on this site exclusively to buy things. Like, it's different than a YouTube auction where, like, I think it's epic where you kind of do the YouTube auction, but people are there to kind of hang out and chit chat and have a good time and also buy books. This is pretty much exclusively like, hey, they're there to chit chat, but everyone on here is pretty much just ready to buy books, which I think is super cool. And this is something they're building. They're getting more people on. The comic book part of Whatnot is fairly new from what I've been told. So they're still growing, and that's interesting too, because that'll lead to more people on the site, which is great. But then it also leads to like more competition, right? That becomes that how often are people doing lives? How valuable is that time slot you're in, or is it a bad time slot, for example? So like I went Saturday night, which I thought was really good, and then like retrospectively, I may have realized that Saturday night may be too much of a prime time spot with what everything else is going on, and even on these sites and things of that nature, where I'm like, maybe Saturday's not the best time slot. Maybe like a weekday or a weeknight when not much else is going on, where you kind of throw one of these up. So I'm going to try that again next time for my next Whatnot live auction. 2, try it maybe on a weekday night and see how that goes instead. I averaged probably about 50 viewers for the most part for the 4 hours that I went, which I thought was better than I originally had anticipated. But overall, I very much enjoyed the layout of the website. Another great thing about it is that compared to the YouTube auction is that you actually have its own little section to like actually keep track of the bidding, and a different section that keeps track of the chat. So I thought that was super convenient because everyone knows that issue where like you bid, and you're like, oh, who bid or who was talking about, and like a little bit confusion when we get to the YouTube auctions. So that's a more streamlined way to do it, which I enjoyed. It's less confusion, it's less work on my part since I am doing this solo. I'm talking about the books, I'm putting them in front and doing everything else. So it's nice not to worry about keeping track of who bought it, things like that. Another great aspect of that is that the shipping's really interesting too. So in essence, as a seller, I actually don't have to pay for any shipping, which is, epic. The buyer pays for the shipping, but it's not bad because the buyer knows exactly what they're paying for shipping ahead of time before they click on an item. They can click like info, tax, and it'll let you know how much shipping is going to be. And then every additional item you buy is like $1. So they kind of bundle the shipping together, so you actually get rewarded. So the more you buy, the more you save, especially when it comes to like if you're buying slabs, right? So for them, they pay the shipping for one slab, and then it's just like $1 per. So that's awesome. I think that's a great deal for them. Great deal for me. I don't have to worry about paying for slab shipping, which is why I think that I think those would be a great. I think selling graded books on the site, I think, is going to be super convenient. One, because you only have a minute to try to like evaluate the grade. If it's graded already, you don't have to guess. It's already there. That's huge. You don't have to worry about condition. You don't have to worry about anything weird. Like, it's already been evaluated. So people already know what they're bidding on, and they know it's already being encased, encapsulated, and like shipping is just a better rate. They also do like daily giveaways. Not daily, but like monthly giveaways where you can like click to enter. So if you click here on enter, you can like entry 6, you can like share, comment, you can like by like spreading out more whatnot content, like adding to your Instagram story, your Facebook or Twitter, whatever it is, it gets you more entries into these like random giveaways that Whatnot's doing, which is kind of a cool thing as well. It kind of helps promote their website by giving you a chance to win something. So I mean, you can do that, it costs you nothing, and then you get a chance to win something cool. So I thought that's pretty cool. Like, they're really, I think, trying really hard to build this up, and it shows you a breakdown, like, hey, this is bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3, like who bought it, and then a packing slip. So that was huge, right? So you just literally pretty much like create label, you print the label off, and it comes with the packing slip, so you know which books to grab, what seller bought it, and it's just super easy. Also, it already does all the factoring in for like if you're shipping to Canada. So that's a huge thing. We don't have to worry about any of that. It does it for you, built in automatically. So that's a win for people purchasing books. I mean, basically what I'm telling you is like pretty much I don't have too many cons. I think the one thing that is a little troubling, I just wish there were more viewers. That's all. You know what I mean? It's just such a new thing that you feel that there's a lot of good deals to be had, and people got a lot of really good deals on my Whatnot just because I don't feel there's as many people watching. Now, granted, could that be a Saturday night? I'm new, the very first one. People don't know who I am. So that's one thing that could have led to it, is that there was a few raw books that sold for less than I thought they'd go for. But that's just a learning curve where, like, do I need to start every auction off at $1? No. Could I start off some at 10 and see what happened? Absolutely. Worst case scenario, the book doesn't sell and you try it again later that night. So it's all a learning experience, but that's probably the only negative I have, is that like selling raw books that you feel that are more valuable maybe won't sell for as much you think on this auction-based website, but it might, just kind of learning how that works, learning what audience you have and what books you probably should post. Only kind of the real negative about it that I could kind of find, which isn't that bad actually. But the app was convenient. There was no breakdowns of the app. There was only one time in my 4-hour period I really had to reconnect it, which was around like the 2-hour marker. So that was the only weird part. But otherwise, man, I got really nothing bad to say about it. Will this be the exclusive place I now use to sell books? That's hard for me to say, right? It depends on the book and where and what platform I feel is best used for that individual book, right? You can sell books on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Mercari, eBay, and then apps like Shortbox and now Whatnot. So there's a lot of ways out there for you to, in essence, move a comic. Basically, I think it breaks down to which one works best for you, and which one you think you'll get the most bang for your buck, right? Because that's ultimately like, you know what I mean? Make your cheddar, make that money. So if you feel some books sell better on this website and not the other one, try that. Like, I feel having access to multiple resources and multiple ways to move a book is what's most important. Like, I have my eBay page that I still use. There's Instagram that'll still work. Sure, I might do a couple YouTube ones, but this Whatnot app, for the convenience of getting books in a very quick way, A+. Like, that's epic. Like, I, in my wildest dreams, never thought I would sell all the books in one night. That blew me away. Now, sure, some sell for less, but a lot of them sell for what I wanted to, and if not a little bit more. Not complaining. But overall, though, I will absolutely use it again, and I highly suggest you guys go checking it out. This is like not sponsored in any way. This is just my thoughts and opinions on how I felt about it, and I want you guys to know about it as well. The more options you guys have to and/or purchase buy books is what's best for the community, right? Or platforms, the better, and gives you more variety and choice. Overall, though, like two thumbs way up. I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be doing it again, and I'll definitely be posting on Instagram and my YouTube on letting you guys know what time and when my next one's going to be. Hopefully you guys will stop by and check it out. Hopefully you guys go just check out the app. Even if you don't like like it has collectible, it's a collectible market for pretty much anything. So if you just want to go check it out, it's just another way to go find things you love and try to get them at a pretty good price. But basically, guys, let me know down in the comments below if you use the app, what's your thoughts on it? If you haven't, what's maybe preventing you from trying it out? Or if you've never heard it before, take it for a run. It doesn't cost anything to download. Just try it out and let me know what you think. I'm dying to get some feedback about this because I think there's ways to make it better, to improve, and without feedback communication, nothing improves. Hopefully, I'll be able to get to have a fun little chit-chat with you guys down below in the comments. But like I said, guys, Hulk smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel for more entertaining content. Hope to see you at the next video. And oh yeah! Oh man, this was so good. I was so excited. So excited. Just want to show it one more time. All right, Skeff, out.